I hope you enjoy your first night at Hogwarts. Sleep well.
Sup, G.
Looks like everyone's gone. Better head to the common room.
Seru. Belum gue setting kocak kabar ya guys ya. Bentar. Bentar guys. Salah. Nggak ada ya? Nggak ada ya. Ding. Facecam dong bang, jangan bang, aku malu. Jangan facecam ya guys. Malu sumpah malu, jangan deh, jangan. Nih facecam tuh, udah ya bang, udah facecam. Udah aku mau main guys. Nah. Di pagi hari yang indah, gue bermain Harry Potter. Anjir, cakep banget karakter gue, cok. Assalamualaikum. Apa nih? Lagi bang guys.
I suppose some introductions are in order.
Mana kenalan. Ada hantu guys. Hit me.
Oh, hello.
Anjir, kemarin mau beli
She's awfully
burung
regal,
itu cuman
isn't
nggak
she?
beli.
Is that your owl?
I don't know who she is.
Gak ada duit,
Likely
guys.
one of the
Kenapa, guys?
Hufflepuffs around here. Owls choose their own company anyway. Wait, you're the new 5th year. Quite the dramatic entrance you made. Can't imagine wanting to call attention to yourself, especially since everyone will be watching to see how much you already know.
I am a bit concerned. I have a lot of catching up to do.
Indeed, 4 years of schoolwork is a bit... being that far behind, I'd feel so... inadequate. Of course, presumably, as a hard-working Hufflepuff, you'll prove yourself in no time. I'm hard-working too, as you might suspect. But sometimes I think I should have been a Ravenclaw. I've rather a searing wit.
Paragis.
At least people have always told me so. I'm Lenora, by the way. Lenora Everly. Well, mustn't keep you.
Padahal
You've such a lot
bisa
to do.
kaskaban.
It was nice meeting you, Lenora.
Of
Nih,
course.
lanjutin,
Adieu.
lanjutin. Takutnya malah kepo ya. Jangan kepo guys.
Arthur's got you.
Nggak
So we
baik.
don't need to be frightened, little cat.
Ini.
I can't quite reach.
Come on, you went that way.
Hope they can catch him. Big castle for a student to get lost in, let alone a cat. I'm sure you'll find your way all right. I mean, it can be a bit overwhelming at first. I still get lost sometimes. Welcome to Hufflepuff, by the way. Really glad to have you in our house. I'm Arthur.
Thank you. Nice to meet you. Was that your cat?
No, one of the first years, I think. Don't have any pets of my own, unfortunately. My mother doesn't think too highly of them, especially magical ones.
Dikasih maknya anjir.
I'm sorry to hear that. I think magical beasts are rather incredible.
Best thing about coming to Hogwarts. Nifflers, glumbumbles, bowtruckles. I thought they were only pictures in books before. Well, Dad did bring home a puffskein once. Mum was furious. Anyway, I better go make sure the first years caught that cat. Don't want them to be late on their first day.
Have you ever had a pet, Arthur?
No. My mother's a muggle, and as soon as the puffskein that my dad brought home stuck its tongue up her nose, it went right back to the shop.
Nice meeting you, Arthur. And good luck finding that cat.
Thank you. Try not to get lost in the castle yourself.
Apakah benar guys? Emang segede itu? Mapnya segede itu guys. Lu kasih. Mana buka map? Nggak bisa sih. Udah ntar aja.
Yeah.
I think rules against beasts in dormitories should be enforced.
Oh, Uncle, this doesn't sound like you. Something's wrong. Oh, hello there. You're the new Hufflepuff, yes? I'm Adelaide. Pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Is everything all right?
Oh, yes. I'm just a bit distracted. Letter from my uncle. So tell me, I've been hearing all sorts of rumors. Were you really nearly gobbled up by a dragon?
That one is true. Not the typical start to a new school.
That's dreadful. Well, I'm glad you made it here alive. Well, anyway, I imagine you have lots to do. I hope you have a wonderful first day.
Speak cewek nggak baik guys.
Are you sure everything is all right with your uncle?
Oh, yes. He travels for work, always busy. I'm sure he just wrote it in a rush. Nothing to worry about.
Thank you, Adelaide. Be seeing you.
Of course. And good luck.
Is the new Hufflepuff out of bed yet? Professor Weasley's waiting for them outside the common room.
Good morning. I trust you're ready for your first day at Hogwarts?
I've been dreaming of this day for a long time. Can't believe I'm here.
Well, you are here. Make the most of it. You only have one first day at Hogwarts. Now,
Hari
in light of your
pertama di
unique
Hogwarts.
situation, joining us as a
Hogwarts,
fifth
let's
year,
go.
you'll need to catch up with your
Haven't this.
classmates and not fall behind. Especially as you'll be expected to complete your OWLs at the end of the year.
OWLs? Owls.
Yes, your ordinary wizarding level exams. They will determine what type of career you can have when you leave here. After much discussion with the headmaster and the Department of Magical Education at the Ministry, we've devised something extraordinary to ensure your success. Here you are.
What is it?
It is a wizard's field guide. It will help you to keep track of what you are learning so that you master all that's expected of a fifth year. You would be wise to take full advantage of this exceptionally valuable resource.
Apa hal nih? Game
Thank you,
serono,
Professor.
eh.
But what do you mean it will keep track of what I'm learning?
Perhaps seeing it in action will answer any questions you may have. Walk with me and we shall put it to the test.
Tiba-tiba suruh tes baby apa nih?
This way.
Ya Bu, iya.
The guide will give you opportunities to practice your magic and educate yourself about wizarding lore. I certainly would have appreciated something like the field guide when I was a student. Using the guide will also train you to be alert to your surroundings. Do keep up. Simply cast Revelio on it, and we'll see what the guide says.
Revelio.
Wow.
Clever, isn't
Seru
it?
lah.
Keep your eyes open for more opportunities like that, inside and outside of the castle. Ah, good timing. Perfect opportunity to show you how to use flue flames to get around a bit quicker. Your field guide contains a map of the castle. Open it up and find Central Hall.
Wolo gede banget. Ini main apa Quidditch apa lupa gue. Pokoknya itu deh. Jadi ini kita di sini. Terus Gryffindor di mana ya? Di sini deh. Ini Gryffindor. Terus itu Ravenclaw di sini, Slytherin di bawah. Suruh nyalain guys, biar bisa TP guys, mapnya gede banget. Anjay, kelas bang, kelas kan udah dibilang game bagus nih bang, masa
And
main
here
The
we are.
Forest
Quite
udah
the time
ada
saver.
bang, bukan
These
freeze
stairs lead
lagi.
directly to Central Hall.
Lumos.
You can get almost anywhere in the castle quickly from Central Hall.
Anjir.
Always something happening here. It's the heart of the hive, our King's Cross station, so to speak. That should be all for now. You'll be expected to
Ada
attend
kamera
both
bayi tuh
Charms
yang belakang.
and Defense Against the Dark Arts classes today. And I'd like to be sure you get to Hogsmeade as soon as possible to replace the supplies you lost on the way here.
Thank you, Professor Weasley.
A lot to absorb on your first day, and you have much to learn. Happily, your professors have agreed to create additional assignments for you outside of class. You'll be up to speed in no time. Judging by your adept use of
Ini kita
Revelio
versi
earlier,
lurus-lurus saja guys.
I'd say Professor Fig succeeded in at
mendektanya, guys.
least showing you the basics.
Ntar
He did,
kedua.
Professor.
He's been terribly vague as to the events preceding your arrival, specifically about
Amba
what happened
Potter,
after that
let's go.
awful dragon attack. My suspicion is that there's more to the story than a search for belongings and an extended trip up to the castle.
We did take a bit of a detour on the way here. Ended up exploring some ruins and... I shouldn't say more.
Exploring ruins? Well, I presume Professor Fig has his reasons for keeping the details to himself for now. Speak of the devil, Professor Fig. Your ears must have been burning.
Oh?
Yes. You seem to have provided our new fifth year with a solid foundation in the basics of spellcasting.
Ah, I'm afraid I can't take all the credit there, Professor. they've a rare aptitude for magic, it seems.
Well, I'm just glad you both arrived in one piece. Perfectly good boats and carriages to Hogwarts, and you chose to fly in the path of a dragon.
I wouldn't say I chose the dragon's path, Professor. Rather unfortunately, it would seem that it chose us.
Very well. Enough chit-chat. I need to get to class myself. Might I rely on you, Professor Fig, to explain the details of the field guide's map?
Of course.
Thank you.
Nah, gitu.
Good luck today. And remember
Yeah,
to
Mom.
use your field guide. It will be invaluable to you. And invaluable to me, as I'll be using it to keep up to date on your progress.
Yes, Professor.
Come and find me in my
Gak ada uang, Bang.
classroom after
Teodena
you've
mahal.
attended both classes today,
1 jutaan
and I'll
duit
explain
sapi.
more about those assignments I mentioned. And we'll see if we can't get you to
Leher gue bisa
Hogsmeade
diinjak,
for
anjir.
those supplies.
Ayo, Professor Fig.
It's good to see you, Professor.
And you. I was hoping our paths would cross today, before you immersed yourself in studies. Did I hear you and Professor Weasley talking about exploring ruins?
Yes, sir. But I didn't tell her anything else about our travels here. I will say, I think she suspects we're not being entirely forthcoming.
Yes, well, Professor Weasley is a brilliant and astute witch. It was right to keep the details to yourself for now. We don't know where this path we've embarked upon will lead. It may require a bit more flexibility with your time than she would approve of. And she may feel obliged to share details with the headmaster
Ada
that would be
RDR.
better left between us.
Understood, Professor.
Good. Now,
Ada game
as
RDR, Bang.
capable as you are, I believe the ability you possess obliges you to be well-trained. Happily, you have the benefit of an exceptionally skilled team of witches and wizards to guide you. Speaking of guides, and so that I may avoid another not-so-subtle reproof from Professor Weasley, why don't I show you the clever enchantment we included in the field guide's map? Unfold it and have a look.
Leviosa. Oke guys, kita ngebuka.
The map is enchanted to help you find your way.
This will be incredibly helpful. Thank you.
Now, sounds like you've quite a day ahead, what with classes and a trip to Hogsmeade for supplies, including your own wand. You'll enjoy Mr. Ollivander. He's an exceptional craftsman and a good friend. I shall reach out when I have more information about our mysterious locket. For now, focus on your classes and pay attention. More than your owls may hinge on the magic you are able to master within these walls.
Mereka jadi orang itu kan.
Revelio.
Lewat mana kocok? Lewat sini kan ya. Harus punya Leviosa itu. Nggak bisa. Kayak mana gue keluar? Maaf Kang.
It was perfect for Friday.
Nah. Hogwarts 1:1. Oh my god. Ada quest le. Apa nih kayak?
Is that all you've got?
Professor Hecat!
Perhaps you'd be good
Leviosa.
enough to blast each other to
It's
pieces
not
in your own
Leviosa.
time.
It's
I get new
Leviosa.
students every year, but I only have one Hebridean black skull. It was a token from the Great Poacher Raid of 1878. No doubt you've heard of it. Now, you may be asking yourself how an old woman like me single-handedly took out the largest poacher ring in eastern Wales and lived to boast about it. Knowledge. wise, age matters very little. Today we will review a spell that has saved me from death at the hands of dark wizards more times than I care to remember. Levioso.
Levioso? A levitation charm?
Levioso! A surprised opponent is a weak opponent. Care to defend yourself, Master Pruitt? No? One thing I've learned as an unspeakable is the value of simplicity, especially in the heat of battle. Now, let's practice what we've just learned, starting with something small.
Ayo guys. Gacor langsung.
Levioso.
Jadi manusia cerdas ya.
Now, let's try something a little larger.
Ya ilah.
Let us begin with the basic cast. See how the dummy deflected your cast? This time, cast Levioso first, then the basic cast. Remember, a surprise. Good. Now, the basic cast. Well done.
Kalau ada yang pakai
very good, but the best way to practice is by dueling. We'll start with you two. Duelists, take your marks.
Time for a proper Hogwarts welcome.
Now, I want fair using only
sekarang sombong
Levioso,
gak pernah ngajak main.
basic cast,
Sekarang sombong
and
mainnya sama cewek
You may
mulu.
begin.
Aduh. Ya siapa tuh? Mainnya ke sama cewek mulu.
Levioso.
Lucky. Nothing lucky about it.
This can't be your first duel. Let's just say I'm a quick learner.
You're good.
Now perspective. What are you doing up Levioso?
I do enjoy my duels. Very old my students.
Bro, gampang bro. Yaelah bocah tengil kayak gitu
Not
gue
bad
mainin
for a
juga
beginner.
bisa.
You
Siapa yang
give
nggak
as
tahu?
good as you get.
Siapa yang nggak tahu juga gue bang. Aduh, mau gue liatin di sini bro, foto lu yang sama cewek lu. Aduh.
I put you on the spot and you rose to the challenge.
Emang
Points to
suara
Hufflepuff.
gamenya gede.
Thank you, Professor Heckard. Glad to have the opportunity to practice.
If what I've seen today is any indication,
Nih,
we
nih,
can
udah gue
expect
kecilin.
great things from you. I demand excellence from
Mau
my
gue
students.
liatin
They are capable
foto lu
of
sama
achieving
cewek
it,
lu di sini di
and
live.
they must achieve it.
Anjir,
A classroom
anjir.
duel is one thing, but
Sopan gak
battling
begitu?
dark wizards, or as ever more
Gak
likely
sopan banget guys,
goblins,
gak sopan guys.
is a different kettle of Grindylows entirely.
Kalau mau bisa DM
Understood,
aja.
Professor.
So, I'd advise you to keep practicing whenever you can. Perhaps Mr. Sallow will have some ideas for you. Again, well done today. I shall reach out soon with additional assignments.
Nah gini.
All
Ayo sini
right,
kota.
That's enough spectacle for one.
Nice work.
Bang, kok lu bebot banget sih ketemu gua?
Duel was quite something.
Nih, tadi yang gua bantai nih.
It was certainly good practice.
Ayo bang, kota bang.
Practice. It felt more like I was dueling an expert. Sebastian Sallow, by the way, didn't expect a new student to be so deft with a wand. Then again, perhaps this wasn't your first duel.
In fact,
Kita
it was.
jadi
Have to
itu
have an
sepuh dulu guys,
Be
merendah
coy
guys,
if you like, but I know
merendah
better.
guys,
Magic
kayak nggak pernah
requires
pakai,
intention and
nggak pernah
talent.
pakai tongkat aja,
You know,
merendah guys.
You might be a perfect fit for a certain exclusive, unsanctioned
Fancy
duel
5M gue
organization.
proyek gue banyak sekarang, alhamdulillah.
Exclusive and unsanctioned. Count me in.
Excellent. Knew I was right about you. If you want to get the most out of your time at Hogwarts, You're going to need to break the rules now and then. Whether it's joining a secret dueling club or
Alhamdulillah bang
sneaking into the
punya
restricted
proyek.
section of the library.
Bisa kali
You
Tef.
just have to be clever enough not to get caught.
Thank you, Sebastian. I'll keep that in mind.
Good. Pleasure chatting with you. I'm sure I'll see you soon. Perhaps
Masih
somewhere
lari nggak ya tuh bocah ya?
unsanctioned. We'll see if your performance today was sheer luck or actual skill. Look for Luke and Brattleby near the clock tower entrance, if you're interested. Till next time.
Thank you bang. That's
Huh. Always thought Levioso was for first years. Not anymore.
Oh, ada ini guys. Oh, ada something di mana ya? Di bawah, di bawah guys, Sepertinya ya. Oh, ada L peti. Bisa dibuka, Cok. Ngeselin banget sumpah nih peti, Bang. Besok kalau nggak lupa nunggu proyek gede bulan depan. Emang iya. Berarti dari sini. Tapi di mana ya? Di mana, guys? Oh ya, Bu. Bukan, Cok. Wow, guys. Seperti apaan di sini?
Levioso.
Ada. Oke, udah tinggal ya. Balas. Di atas ya.
I've always said that travel broadens the mind.
Shut up. Oh, minum. Ngeteh. Anjing. Terbang, Cok. Cepat. Maaf, belum terbiasa sama sekolah ini.
I'm sorry.
Ada hantu, guys.
Just keep our head. I'm truly sorry.
What the fuck? Di atas ya. Jeropi.
Professor Ronan tends to go on a bit. We sometimes have to remind him to finish the lesson.
Here, behind you. There is an open seat here.
Thank you.
Apakah dia berasal dari Semarang,
Hello,
guys?
I am Nettie. So you are the new student. Have you met Professor Ronan yet?
Shall we begin? Welcome to Year 5 of Charms. Now, this will be a crucial year in your education on the art of charm work. But I am confident that we will take hold with the passion and rigor requisite of such a challenge. Right, now, everyone, please open your textbooks to page 517. But before we begin, can anyone here tell me the difference between the incantations of the color change and growth charms? Anyone?
Angkat tangan, Bang. Cepet, Bang.
I am afraid it is too late to study now. The summer months must have really taken a toll on you all. By the looks of it, you all spent your holidays practicing Obliviate on one another. Do you even remember how to perform a basic summoning charm? Well, it seems that we are in dire need of review. Everyone get into pairs and take positions on opposite sides of the classroom. Now let's put those textbooks to use as the blunt objects you so believe they are, and take turns summoning them out of one another's hands. Only one book will be needed per partnership, Miss Dale. Thank you. Get into place now.
Accio!
Accio.
That is not
Levioso.
bad.
You are a swift learner. I see a lot of potential, but remember, potential is nothing without practice.
Nih baca potential
You might just rival Miss Onai here.
is nothing without practice.
Very good, everyone.
Ingat,
That's
kita
enough of
memiliki
that.
potensial kalau nggak dilatih
As you all
sama
seem
aja
to have the
bego.
basics down, and it is an
Ingat guys,
exceptionally lovely day,
kata-kata
I was thinking
hari ini.
that we might have ourselves a little excursion outside for a spot of fresh air. After me.
Lah, mau kemana lagi nih bapak-bapak ini? Gue tadi nggak lihat lagi. Kenceng banget cok teksnya ngomong.
I've always found that fun goes hand in hand with mastery, as I'm sure the Quidditch players amongst us would agree. So, what better than a bit of sport to put our prowess with the summoning charm to the test, right?
Anjir, jadi Mandy, cok.
So why don't we have our newest student start us off?
Baiklah, kulihatkan cara bermain nih, cikgu. Lihat nih cikgu cara bermain.
Very simply, cast Accio on one of the spheres and relinquish your charm at the last possible moment. Now, think of this like stay focused.
Oh, LL harus.
Splendid!
50 itu. Ya Allah.
That's it!
Ya, bablas.
Don't lose your composure. Very good. Points to Hufflepuff. But there's certainly no sport in playing without some friendly competition. Miss Onai, would you care to give our new student a bit of a challenge? Come on up.
Gas, kita buat.
You'll be the blues just as before, and Miss Onai, you are playing red. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Let us see this.
Le, apa nih Le? 30
That
Le.
is how it's done.
Gue tunjukin Le.
Accio.
Gitu Le cara main Le. Yalah.
Good.
Gila. Apa-apa lo? Ini berapa lagi? Anjir Le, jago banget dia Le.
There we go.
Ih, langsung cabut. Sopan kayak begitu. Kebablasan bego.
Not to worry.
Bisa.
Ya ilah kalah, Cok.
Yes!
Gue punya ide bagus, ide curang.
Accio.
Brilliant.
Udah 10 doang, Cok. Ulang bisa nggak?
Let us make this a bit more interesting, shall we?
I think we are well past interesting at this point.
I'll say.
Enough chatter. Focus now. You will need it. This round settles it all.
Watch this. Phew.
Accio!
Splendid!
Let us do this. There we go. Well done. Be sharp. That is how it's done.
Panggil Pak, nutupin dulu.
Accio!
L berapa guys? Dilihat.
A perfect score. Remarkable.
Kelas gak sih guys?
Very good, both of you. Well done.
Kelas gak sih bang? Kelas. Perfect guys.
Class is dismissed. Gather your things on the way out.
Good game back there. I must admit, I think I underestimated you. Took me weeks to become proficient with Accio. Took weeks for me to get anything right when I transferred here. It gets easier, I promise.
That's good to hear. It's a lot to take in all at once.
To put it lightly, I remember how I felt when I first arrived. I transferred here from Wagadu just before my mother is...
Well, it's been nice talking and competing with you.
And with you. Ah, I think Professor Ronan wants to talk to you.
Of course. You
A
can.
word, if you would.
You wanted to speak with me, Professor?
I did. I trust your first charms lesson lived up to expectation?
Well, an outdoor competition wasn't exactly the lesson I was expecting, sir.
What charm is there in the expected? You did well, managing to best as gifted a student as Miss Onai.
Thank you, Professor. I enjoyed the match.
Miss Onai is always a fierce competitor, though I sense that she is a bit distracted of late. Now, Professor Weasley has asked that your professors give you instruction outside of the ordinary curriculum. Expect to hear from me soon regarding a special assignment that I am preparing for you.
That was nothing. You should see the charm I've been After my brother learned the summoning charm, it was constant Accio this, Accio that. Cutlery flying everywhere. Quite unsafe, really.
Hang on this.
Terus dibuka itu.
Hello there. You're the new student, aren't you?
Malas so asik.
Hello, you wanted to speak to me?
Samantha Dale. I've been eager to meet you.
I've...
Side quest dong bang. Itu side quest. Apa aja guys? Ya Allah, mikir sih guys. Bisa ngelus-ngelus kucing guys. Gimana ini? Udah di mana?
Revelio.
What about the room, Professor?
I was thinking the same thing, Deke. Perhaps you could help.
Oh, excuse, Deke.
Ah, there you are. I trust your first classes went well?
They did, Professor.
I heard as much from Professors Hecat and Ronan. Seems Professor Fig taught you quite a bit during your brief detour near... what was it you said? Some ruins? I'd wager there's a good deal more to your travels here than what you've told me. Isn't there?
Have you and Professor Fig not discussed my training?
He continues to be reticent about the details, mentioning only a few spells. Revelio, was it? And Lumos?
That's correct, Professor.
I see. Like trying to get a sonnet from a streeler. Regardless, you must continue to build upon what you've learned. In that regard, I've asked your professors to help hasten your progress with some extra assignments.
Professor Ronan did mention something about that.
In fact, Professor Ronan will meet you outside momentarily to assign your first one. Now, regarding the trip to Hogsmeade I mentioned earlier, we've arranged to replace the supplies lost on your way here, including seeds, potion recipes, and spellcrafts.
Thank you, Professor.
And Mr. Ollivander will connect you with the perfect wand. You've managed your classes well with a borrowed wand, but you'll find the magic you cast with your own wand to be far superior.
There's an Ollivander's in Hogsmeade.
There is. Most people are familiar with the shop in Diagon Alley. We're fortunate to have someone like him nearby. Mr. Ollivander is a genuine craftsman and highly skilled wand maker. I would trust no one else to pair me with a wand.
I'm eager to get to Hogsmeade.
Very well. I'd like you to make your first visit to the village with a classmate. Help you get your bearings. Perhaps Sebastian Sallow or Natsai Onai. I've noticed you spending time with them.
I'd like to go with Natty.
Excellent choice. Miss Onai is one of our most talented students. And she knows the area. She'll keep you well clear of any of Victor Rookwood's undesirables en route.
Rookwood?
A rather unsavory local. Best to avoid him and his associates, including his right hand of sorts, Theophilus Harlow, if you can. Once you've finished Professor Ronan's assignment, your friend will meet you at the castle doors. No time to waste. The sooner you complete your work, the sooner you can enjoy a butterbeer at the Three Broomsticks.
Revelio.
Ah, there you are.
You have a new spell to teach me, Professor.
Indeed I do, and an exceedingly useful one at that. The mending charm, Reparo. Fixes things right up, makes a broken object good as new in the blink of an eye.
It seems as if that might come in handy.
More frequently than one would imagine. As Professor Weasley mentioned, I am not the only one who will be teaching you spells outside of class in an effort to catch you up with your peers. A number of your professors have agreed to do so as well, but first, each shall ask that you complete a few preliminary tasks to hone your magic. I have arranged some for today. See them through and then report back to me. We will have you casting Reparo in no time.
I'll start on the task right away, Professor. This is the right area. I wonder where the flying page is. Revelio. Accio. Got it. A flying page must be around here somewhere. Revelio.
If only a new student would help me with my sad predicament. Might some kind
Accio.
If only a new student would help me with my sad predicament.
Levioso. Accio. Brilliant.
I trust the preliminary tasks.
I completed the assignments, Professor.
Marvelous. You clearly know your way around basic charms. Let us give the old mending charm a try then, shall we? Remember to be deliberate in your enunciation and movements. I want to see some vigor. Now, wand at the ready.
Yes, sir.
Remember, your wand is a conduit of your magic. That's it! Very good. If you would like to practice
Reparo.
mending something, have a go with that broken statue in the alcove by the water. It allegedly symbolized heartbreak. Perhaps a jilted lover thought it too accurate and lashed out.
My older sister came here.
If you ask any Hufflepuff, they'll tell you there's a...
Ruangannya gede banget ya.
My mother sent me a howler.
Hello, looking for me?
Yes, yes. I'm
Natty, I hope I haven't kept you waiting long.
Not at all. Professor Weasley tells me that you need to go to Hogsmeade. You must be eager to have your own things again. And to see the village.
I've been looking forward to it.
Good. Shall we set off? I intend to give you a first-rate Hogsmeade experience.
What? Gede banget cuy.
I was glad Professor Weasley asked me to accompany you.
Really?
Yes, I had planned to extend an invitation to you myself. I thought you might enjoy a butterbeer in the village. The timing of Professor Weasley's owl was perfect. I cannot tell you how nice it is to breathe fresh air after being cooped up in ancient rooms. Grave mistake to take it as an elective class, believe me.
I believe you.
Though I suppose you would not really call it elective when your mother was the one who elected that you take it. Hogsmeade is beautiful this time of year. Everyone will tell you to visit at Christmas. But that's one of the few times of year I would rather be indoors.
Not much for the cold, are you?
Oh, I do not mind the cold so much, but it has taken some getting used to. I did not grow up around snow. Oh, wait, over here. I often spot lacewing flies in this area.
Oh? What's so special about them?
They are interesting to look at, but if you stew them, you can also use them in potion making. Look, from the Forbidden Forest, hippogriffs. I wonder if something startled them. I heard rumors that hippogriffs had been spotted nearby.
Poppy's already seen the hippogriffs?
Absolutely.
Likely already named.
That's the Forbidden Forest on the left. It's off limits to students, as the name implies.
Why is it off limits?
The professors claim it is too dangerous. I think that calling it forbidden only makes it more alluring. Ah, there's Hogsmeade over the crest. Past that ruin. I would spend all of my time exploring if I could.
I confess I was surprised when Professor Weasley mentioned that you knew the area, since you're relatively new here.
She said that? She knows more about me than I had thought. I will say, while I certainly learn a great deal in class, much can be gleaned outside of the castle walls.
How much longer do you think Black will be headmaster?
How are you settling in? I remember the weeks that followed my arrival feeling quite strange. Everything was so new and unfamiliar.
I'm getting used to things. What about you? Do you finally feel settled?
I still miss my homeland, but it is beautiful here too. And getting out of the castle and exploring helped me to adjust quite a bit. Hogwarts has become something of a home now, I would say. Hopefully it will for you too. Mr. Moon! He is the Hogwarts caretaker. Looks a bit worse for wear. Hello, Mr. Moon. Have you met our new 5th year?
Pleasure. You might want to turn back, Miss Onai. Turn and run.
Is everything all right, sir?
Oh, it looked right at me. Eyes big as saucers.
What did Mr. Moon?
Jemmy guys. Ugly and airy and terrifying. I shall be at the castle where it's safe. Good luck to both of you.
Poor Mr. Moon. A demi-guise. I think he had too much fun in the village. I will say that I have never seen him in such a state. Nearly there. There is much to see outside of the castle walls, not just Hogsmeade. I am happy to explore whenever you'd like. Rumors being what they are about goblins and such, it might be nice to have a friend with you.
I'll keep that in mind, Natty. Thank you.
And here we are. It is hard to know where to start. The Three Broomsticks is the place for butterbeer. And you get any sweet you can imagine.